Well, I want to first of all thank Ida for inviting me to speak today. As she said, my name is Lydia Campbell, and I work for Northwest Center for Behavioral Health. I office out of Woodward, but part of the time I'm also at Alva. And we have a federal block grant for substance abuse prevention in Northwest Oklahoma. And we cover Woodward County and all the rest of the northwest portion of Oklahoma out to Cimarron County. So we go clear out to the edge of Oklahoma. And what I want to talk to you about today is naloxone. And I don't know if anybody, has anybody heard of naloxone?
The drug?
Well, what it is, it's a product. I don't know if you really call it a drug or not, but if someone has an opioid overdose, whether they mean to overdose on pain medication or, it's intentional or for whatever reason, we have a new substance that's now available, and it's under this brand name. It's called Narcan. It's a nasal spray, and so if you have like a friend or a family member or someone that accidentally overdoses on their pain medication, you can administer this substance and call 911 and save lives. And it's been shown that lives have been saved. So what I wanted to do was to bring these kits to you. All of these kits are available through Northwest Center for Behavioral Health, through all of our satellite offices. We are a hub with the state of Oklahoma. So we have offices in Alva, Guymon, Woodward, Fairview, and Enid. And you can go to any of our offices and obtain these kits for free. Also, all of the local fire departments, emergency medical departments, and police departments have these kits as well. And if you, yes?
Well, they had a deal on 60 Minutes here a couple of weeks or months ago about that stuff. I thought the way they talked about it's pretty expensive stuff, really. I mean, maybe you're buying it through grants or something. It's kind of expensive, isn't it?
Well, we get these through the state of Oklahoma, the Oklahoma Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services, which is the agency that I work for. And as long as you complete this form, that it just asks for some basic information, like if you were to take one of these kits, I would need to mark the kit number, the lot number, the expiration date of the kit, and then just ask some basic information. We don't ask for names of who you want the kit for. We want to know, is it for somebody in Woods County, is it for somebody in Garfield County, and we just ask some basic information. Then we turn this in to our office in Woodward. They put it into a spreadsheet, send it to Oklahoma City, and then we are reimbursed for the kits. So these kits do not cost our agency anything, and they do not cost the individual who requests one anything. But we have to have this documentation completed in order to get the kits for free. But there are plenty of kits. The Oklahoma Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services has really stressed to us the importance of us getting these kits out to the general public. So we really want to save lives because the opioid epidemic really has not hit here in Northwest Oklahoma, but it is rampant in the Tulsa area, Oklahoma City area. But what we're wanting to do is we're wanting to beat that epidemic before it gets here into Northwest Oklahoma. So anyway, I brought these kits, and then I handed out some information, and we're going to go over that with you so you'll know what to do. When someone comes in and requests a kit, they can come to our office, and what we do is take the information, put on the intake form, give them the kit, and then we just go over this little pamphlet. It's called a rack card. And I did not know really what that meant, but basically what a rack card is, you can just display it on a rack. So that's where that came from. But what we're going to do is we're just going to go over this briefly and talk about that. And basically what an opioid overdose is if you take some medication and you take too much. Sometimes maybe someone has knee surgery and they're taking pain medication. Maybe they're taking Percocet or Tylenol free with codeine, or another medication, and they take it for pain and they think, oh gosh, I'm still hurting, I'm going to take another pain pill. Well, maybe they end up taking 3 or 4 and they don't realize they've taken that many, and they can overdose. And so what we want to do is just save lives by administering this kit. So there are all kinds of opioids out there. There's, well, they have the generic name and the brand name, and this is on your sheet of paper. I copied these for you all to have, so you can have this for reference. But like the generic name is hydrocodone, and our brand name is Vicodin, Loracet, Loratab, Norco. The oxycodone generic name, the brand name is Percocet, OxyContin, Percodan, and another drug that I've never even heard of, roxicodone. Then morphine is the generic name, but the brand name is Cagian, Embedded, Avenza, and MS-Contin, or codeine, which is Tylenol with codeine, Tyco, or Tylenol 3. And some symptoms of an opioid overdose is maybe someone's taking some pain medication and you try and wake them up and they won't wake up. They don't respond. You call their name, you touch their shoulder, you try to get them to wake up and they won't wake up. They may have bluish purple skin tones if they're lighter skin, and maybe grayish or ashen tones for darker skinned people. They have slow, shallow, erratic breathing, or maybe you can't tell they're breathing at all. They may be making a choking sound, or maybe snoring like gurgling, and they have pinpoint pupils. So this naloxone is an opioid medication used to reverse the effects of the opioid overdose. It's now available for individuals to carry and administer in case of an emergency opioid overdose. So you can keep one of these in your office, or in your car, in your medicine cabinet, wherever you want to store this medication.
So it's not temperature sensitive?
As far as I know, it is not.
Wow. How is it withstand a car in Oklahoma heat?
It's a nasal spray,
Okay.
and there are 2 doses in this box. And so if you suspect someone's overdosed on an opioid medication, the first thing you want to do, of course, is call 911. That's your first plan of action. And then you want to administer the naloxone, or the Narcan is the brand name. And after you've given the medication, if there's no reaction in 3 minutes, you can give a second dose. That's why there's 2 doses in here. Then you want to do rescue breathing, you want to do chest compressions, and then, after you call 911, and then they can further advise you on what else you need to do. You want to stay with them until the EMS personnel arrive. And the naloxone does wear off. A person who has overdosed may experience symptoms again, so it's really important to seek emergency medical care as soon as possible. Some important things to remember about an opioid overdose is when you go to the doctor, be sure and tell them all the medications that you're taking, because different medications react with one another. So be sure and tell them, if you're taking vitamins, if you're taking herb supplements, anything that you're taking, please be sure and let them know what you're taking so they can make sure that it doesn't interact with each other, because medications do counteract each other and can cause problems. It's also important to take the medication only as it is prescribed by your doctor. There's a reason that there are instructions, so you need to follow those instructions specifically. If you're thinking about maybe taking more than medication than is prescribed per the instructions, you need to discuss that with your doctor. Those instructions are there for a reason. They're for your safety and protection. Then you shouldn't take the medication more often than it is instructed. But just be sure, if you have any questions or concerns, or you're just not sure, please talk to your healthcare provider and discuss that with him. And something really important is to never mix those pain medications with alcohol or sleeping pills or any other types of drugs, because like I said, those things can interact with each other. And sometimes people will take, like I said, they'll take some pain medication and then they forgot they've taken it, and maybe they had a mixed drink or a beer or wine or something like that. And a lot of times people don't even know that they could be dying because they've forgotten that they've taken it, and then they're unconscious, and then sometimes it's too late. So what this product has been designed for is to save lives. And like I've said, studies have shown that lives have been saved by using the Narcan or the naloxone. I also have these little USB ports for you. I hope everybody got one. Did everybody?
I'm going to leave them for those that want them.
Okay, these are for you if you would like one. And you can go to this website, takeasprescribed.org, and this has a lot of information about prescription medications, about the naloxone, and it's just extra information for you. I have my business cards up here, and then I also have some posters that we have available, and they're tailored different for different segments of the population. Like this one says, "This could save my brother." We have athletes that maybe have a sports injury and they have surgeries and they're on pain medication. So, they're taking their pain medication, sometimes things happen. So, this could save her brother. This could save my patient. Here's an ER doctor. The naloxone could save his patient. This could save my grandchild. If medicines aren't locked up, they get into medicines, they see a bright, shiny pill, they don't know, I shouldn't take that. They just, can take that and overdose on an opioid medication. Because, unfortunately, sometimes people do not keep their medications locked up, so children can access them. And then this poster right here, this could save my life. So it could save anybody for a potential overdose. And I don't know, have any of you seen the commercials on TV about the naloxone on TV? They just started running them, and I think they were really well done. The scenario they had was a son, a young man, he might have been in high school, college age, was taking his medication, and his dad went to the pharmacy and got one of these kits to keep in their medicine cabinet. And it doesn't really go into a lot of detail, but I think he probably must have had maybe a knee surgery, or maybe was maybe in a car accident and has some back issues and was taking medication. But he was concerned enough that he thought, I need to have one of these in my home, in my medicine cabinet, just in case something happens. So I urge you to please watch those commercials. I think it's very well done, and it's really helpful to know that this is available for anyone. Like I said, it doesn't cost anybody anything to get this. It's free for anybody that wants one. Does anybody have any questions?
So is drowsiness or sleepiness, is that the primary effect of opioid, whatever?
Well, I think really what to watch for is
convulsions?
If you overdose it, it just knocks you out.
well, I think it probably depends on the person, because everybody responds differently to different medications. But if you have a family member that you know is taking a painkiller for, like I said, back pain, or maybe they've had a knee replacement or some type of surgery, and you know they're taking Tylenol 3 with codeine, then you just need to watch for behavior that's out of the ordinary. Because like I said, sometimes a person will take a Tylenol 3 and they don't get any relief, and they overdose. I mean, I've been having some issues with my knee, and I was prescribed the Tylenol 3, and personally it didn't help me at all. I mean, I had better luck taking ibuprofen. I couldn't tell that pain medication did anything for me. But when you're in a lot of pain and you're really hurting, you want relief. So if you're in extreme pain, you may take a pain pill and 30 minutes later think, oh, I hurt really badly. And you may take another one, and then maybe 30 minutes later you think, oh my gosh, I'm still hurting, I'm going to take another one. So pretty soon you've overdosed on the medication. No, you didn't mean to. It was an accident. But, if you're in a lot of pain, you want to get relief because you just hurt. So I think the most important thing is, you know, if, like I said, if you know someone that's taking pain medication, maybe a family member or friend, just be alert to any signs of unusual behavior. Or maybe you know somebody that possibly uses, you know, abuses pain medication. It's also just be aware to watch for signs of a possible overdose. Yes?
I have two questions. One is, how long has this product been on the market?
I'm not really sure how long it's been on the market. I don't think very long.
Like less than a year?
Yes, I'm
Okay,
sure.
my second question is, I understand that we as consumers don't need to pay for it, but who is paying to manufacture? Are the drug companies just doing this?
Well,
Nothing is free.
you know, I'm really not sure. I know that as long as we log the number of kits that we distribute by filling out this intake form,
Right,
it does not cost either
right.
the general public anything or our agency anything.
But
So I'm not really sure
Okay.
who is actually
that information's it passed on.
paying for it.
The brand name is Narcan, and when it came out in 1961, it's an old drug, but it's
Okay.
very expensive.
Okay.
And then this is a generic drug,
So they can afford to give it away?
and so, no, it's like $5 a dose, I think is actually what it costs.
Well,
Yeah, it's pretty cheap, but the Narcan, it come out, it was an injectable, and they had a deal where you could, you know, just jab it in somebody's arm and kind of like an EpiPen, and, but it was really expensive to do it that way. And this is the new version, which they brought the price way down.
Quick question.
Okay.
Of the overdoses, how many, what percentage of the overdoses are accidental as opposed to those that are intentional overdoses to be high effect?
Well, I really don't know that answer to that question, and they may cover it on the website, the takeasprescribed.org website. I'm not really sure. But I do know that data has shown that these have saved lives, and our mission is to get as many kids out to the general public as possible. And our agency has really been pushing us to get out and speak to community organizations
You may need
and the general public to let people know that these are available for people at no cost. I know you can get these at the pharmacy. I'm not sure if they charge at the pharmacy or not. I don't really know. I just know that our agency can offer them for free. But I know our main goal is to save lives and to get this product out for people. Yes.
Can we get one today?
I have 9 with me today that I can distribute today. Or if someone wants to maybe possibly think later about getting one, you can always go to the NCBH office here in Alva, over on Choctaw Street, and get more kits. Or there's also kits available in Woodward, Enid, Guyman, Fairview. At all our NCBH offices have these kits on hand, and we will have them at all times.
You said the police and fire departments have them, but they don't distribute them.
Yes, sir.
Is that-
You can go and pick up one if you need one. If you go in and say, I would like a Narcan kit, they will get one for you, and then we will replenish their supply for them.
So my question to follow up, I mean, if our campus police office requested 10 of those, would they have to be individual on the forms, or?
We would just need to have one of these forms filled out for each kit with the lot number, the expiration date, and then who you believe the kit will be used for. And it's just some generic information. There's not going to be any names, there's not going to be any personal information. It's just so we can track who takes the kits, and like, are they going to be in for Woods County, are they going to be in Alva, are they going to be in Woodward, Guyman? And that's strictly for data reporting purposes. But we have to have one of these
And
filled
then is there
out.
training that could be followed up on how to administer the kit?
Well, the little rat card, these go with each kit, and when the kit is distributed, the person that gives the kit to you will go over this. This is basically your training. And then you can always go to that takeasprescribed.org website and find out information. But right now, this little card is the training. which everyone that receives one of these kits, they have to go with this little rat card.
What is the expiration time on it?
Can you look on this? On this kit, it says February of 2020.
Couple of years.
So, does anybody else have any other questions? Yes.
You mentioned an office with some initials in front of it. What were those initials? Sounded like you said CH office.
NCBH, that's Northwest Center for Behavioral Health.
NWCH,
NCBH, Northwest Center for Behavioral Health.
NCBA.
Yes, sir. And our office here in Alva is over on Choctaw Street, right behind Bank Central. Yes.
Where do I sign?
Where do you sign?